Emeal Zwayne sharing a letter exchange that he had with a homosexual who was annoyed, to say the least, at something that Easy had posted publicly, and thus began an email dialogue.
In light of some of the things that have been happening in our country with people who have been trying to stay true to their conscience and not maybe bake a cake for a gay wedding or render certain services because it truly violates their conscience. I remember posting something on my Facebook page about how we as Christians need to stand for truth and not compromise, and all the while do it in love. As I was looking through the different comments, I saw one that said, "Shame on you." And I wasn't exactly sure if that was in reference to me or something someone else said in the comments. So I remember I went and I sent a private message to the person who had written that. And I'm concealing his name for the sake of his privacy, and I'll call him John. And I said, "John, greetings to you, my friend. I hope you're doing well. I noticed that you recently posted a response to one of my posts in which you said, 'Shame on you.' I wasn't sure if that was directed toward me or someone else who had made a comment. It would be great if you could possibly give me some clarification. If I said something to offend you, I would definitely want to know what it was so that I could hear your thoughts and think through it. Thank you so much, and God bless you."
Now, I told you. I'm not sure cloyingly, but annoyingly?
Probably.
Painfully nice. May I ask you, do you write a letter like that? Do you respond to people on the internet like that?
Mm-mm.
That is a fruit. That is what that is. That is a God-grown fruit. Love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, gentleness, self-control. Do we exercise that when people attack us?
So here was the response I got. "I have struggled with my sexuality since I could remember. Even at a young age, I felt a special affection for the same sex. You think you understand these things, but you have no idea how difficult a struggle and a life we live. You just like to talk, and a lot." He was right about that. "I'm a child of God, and I know the Lord as He knows me. You will never reach or save a homosexual, bi, transsexual the way you are going. I'm a college student. I was saved years ago and studied the Bible then and now. I love all. Don't bother me with preaching me a sermon. I know what you think and what you have to say about all this. As a human being to another, have compassion, understanding, and love for others who are not like you. There are millions of lives who need real love and help, not just another cookie-cutter Christian who knows it all."
Now, that's pretty accusatory stuff. Now, Easy even read it pretty nice, but that's pretty straightforward. You Christians, you don't know how to love. You don't know me. How would you respond?
So I said, "John, thank you so much for your response. I really appreciate it. I will pray and think through what you said, and will respond after that. Have a blessed night."
I got to tell you, that's not my first inclination. Oh, yeah? Click, 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 click. I would just jump all over that and start wailing away. I'll show you, pally boy. I'll teach you. That's not the way that Easy responded at all. Let me pray about it. I wanted to get back to you. Give me some time so I can think this through calmly and lovingly. It's not my first inclination, and it should be. Okay, not every decision we make. Hey, you want to go to lunch? I'll tell you tomorrow. Let me think about it tonight and pray about it. Okay, we can make it. Sometimes we respond to emails. Sometimes we can engage. But if your heart is not right, then I would suggest you do what Easy did.
So I said, "John, thank you so much for your response. I really appreciate it. I will pray and think through what you said, and will respond after that."
By the way, did you hear what he said in that? Thank you. I appreciate it. Nothing but kindness.
Have a blessed night. And so that's what I did. I stepped back. I calmed my heart. I sought the Lord, and I said, "Lord, how should I respond?" Because John isn't just another nameless face. John is an individual made in your image, and I want to love him with your heart and with your compassion while telling him the truth.
This is an observation. So it could be correct. It might not be. Think about what you consume throughout the course of a day. What do you digest into your ears and eyes? If it's a lot of conservative talk, Fox News, what is typically the tone? What typically comes in? What do you usually get fed? Most likely, because it's what gets ratings, it's the stuff that's pretty snarky. And that's the stuff that's like, yeah, and that trains us how to dialogue about issues and how to think that perhaps we need to engage with people. Are we guided more by the media that we consumed or by a heart filled with compassion?
And so after praying and seeking the Lord, I wrote to John. I said, John, thank you so much for your patience on my reply. As I had mentioned, I really wanted to give thought to what you had written and to also pray over it. I know that this may be hard for you to believe, but I really do care about you. I can't even begin to imagine how difficult your struggle has been, and you have my deepest sympathy. If you were ever in harm's way and I happened to be present, I would readily take a bullet in your place. The Lord is witness to the sincerity of my heart in this regard. And you are right, I do talk a lot. There are times I definitely end up regretting many of the things I say and wish I could take them back. Obviously, some of the things you've heard me say must have fallen short of true biblical love, kindness, and compassion. And for that, I humbly ask for your forgiveness. You're also right that I don't understand what you have been through or the struggles that you have had. I will honor your request and not preach to you. However, I would like to share some videos with you from people who do understand your life and what you've been through. It's fully up to you if you want to watch these. If you don't, just simply ignore them. Here they are. And I shared 3 links with him of testimonies from guys who used to be homosexual and who had surrendered their lives to the Lord. And I went on to say, if you would ever like to dialogue about anything or need anything at all, please know that I would be honored to speak with you or serve you in any way I can. And if you're ever in the Los Angeles area, please come by Living Waters for a visit. I would love to give you a tour and treat you to lunch. Thank you so much for taking the time to correspond with me. I'm very grateful for that. Your friend, Easy. And then John responded. Easy, thank you for showing love and compassion. It means a lot. I have been in a roaring storm that started my first year of college. I came to Christ before starting school. I came out to friends and family during my first year because of my rebellion, even after being saved. I love the Lord. I know I have done wrong, and in this place and time, I don't know what to do. God has been with me and my family. He has done miracles in our family, which is why I know He is with me. I feel my spirit and His voice calling me. My life is full of sin, and I don't know where to turn or what to do anymore. I feel like God has also been silent. I don't know what He wants me to do. I tried praying and asking for help, but due to my participation in sin, I don't think He is helping me. What can I do? I guess I know the answer to that. Thank you for caring. Sincerely, John.
Now, if you're the debating type, maybe you're saying, well, just because it worked for him doesn't mean that it'll always work. That's pragmatism. Whether it worked or it didn't work, the question is, what is the right way to engage with people?
I said, John, I'm deeply touched by how open you have been with me. I realize that you didn't have to do that. I don't take that trust lightly. I've been praying for you since receiving your message, and I'll continue to intercede for you. And then I asked him for his email address and said, it's difficult to talk on Facebook. I'd like to share a lot more with you. Can I have your email address? And he gave it to me. And he said, thanks, Easy. My apologies for what I said. As I mentioned, life has been difficult, and sometimes my flesh gets the best of me. You don't talk too much. I was upset. You have a great ministry, and the way you talk is good. I've seen you and Ray speak many times. I've never felt that you said something offensive. You're always respectful and kind. Have a great weekend, too. I said, thank you, John. No worries at all. I fully understand that things have been very difficult for you. I'm so glad that we got to connect, my friend. I'm really looking forward to writing to you. Have a great weekend. And before I had a chance to send him my long email with more details in it and the gospel and so forth, he said, thank you, Easy. I just want to let you know I've gotten right with God, and I'm running for His heart and everything. I don't want to let go of Him and fall into that lifestyle again. As much as my flesh would love it, I choose God. I've watched some of the videos you emailed me, and they really ministered to me in a big way. So thank you, and praise God for a new season in my life.
Do you engage with a heart of compassion? When we look at somebody, what are we looking at? What's the point? Why am I engaging? And if it's not motivated by a heart of compassion, we're engaging for the sake of debate, we like it, we happen to be fighters, we love the fight, or we want to test out our new toys, or because we think that we have to, or so we can brag. And if it is any of those motivations, and if it's not from a heart of compassion, probably best to zip it.